And we are live. Welcome into the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast morning show for Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming. Good morning, Burley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Expat?
I'm doing good. It's just, like I said yesterday, man, the weather's getting colder. And it's like, you know, here in Japan, they still have all these rules for COVID, like in the offices and like in the schools. They keep all the windows open, you know. It's like they're worried about all the ventilation and everything, but it's like they don't understand that it's almost like 0 degrees, you know. It's keeping the windows open, it's not going to keep people warm, you know. So,
that was the thing. Like for when I was working in the office and I had to go take a bus.
Yeah.
In Canada here, they wouldn't have the air conditioning running on the buses because of COVID, because they don't want to circulate the air. But now, because of winter, they're like, oh, it's the heat, so heat kills it, so we can run the heat. I was like, but it's funny. Yesterday, it's like -8 and all that. Today, 6 degrees.
Yeah. It's just, like I was telling you, I mean, yesterday we had all the rain and, you know, usually in December we don't get hardly any rain at all. It's clear every day, clear and dry and cold, you know. And that's how the weather is going to be from tomorrow. It's going to be the normal type of temperature, but you know, the normal type of weather here for December. But I mean, yeah, just the past couple of days have been, you know, cloudy and rainy and wet, you know. So yeah, I don't know, man. And then of course, soccer. Yeah, it's like my poor wife, she was so excited to stay up and watch the soccer last night, hoping that Japan would win. And it's like I walk into the living room and go to the kitchen, and as I'm walking into the living room there, Japan scores. So I'm thinking, I must be, you know, giving Japan good luck. You know, it's like they were up 1-0. And it was after midnight, so it's like I got to go to bed, you know, because I got to get up and go to work in the morning, you know. And so she stays up to watch it, right? And it was really quiet later on. I mean, because it didn't wake me up, and I check my cell phone when I wake up in the morning, and it's like 3-1 in penalty kicks. So it was like 1-1 tie, and then they have to go to like a penalty kick round. And I hate that. I really hate that. I mean, that's one thing about soccer. If you get this far into the World Cup and you get past the group stages, you shouldn't have to determine a match on penalty kicks. It doesn't matter. Play for 3, 4, 5 hours if you have to, until the first team that scores, then they win. I mean, just the penalty kicks? Come on, man.
Well, they do this in hockey, but hockey, they'll do extra periods. They will do, if the 3 periods are over, they will give an extra period. I forget, I think they do like 2 small extra periods. If no one scores at that point, then it becomes a shootout.
Yeah, well, I just don't believe in that. I think that until the team just tires out and someone scores, then that's the way it should be, you know, instead of just one-on-one. You know, it's like it's a team sport, right? So let the team determine the winner instead of just one person kicking against a goaltender, you know. So I just don't believe in that. But I don't make the rules, so of course Japan is out. America is also out. So yeah, 2026, I guess. So, yeah. So, and Canada, Canada's out too. So yeah. So, all right, we got a cool show for you here on the morning show. We're going to be talking about the inevitable is happening, Burley. Microsoft is going to be raising their prices of games. We're going to be talking about that. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that, as well as we got a leak. Of course, the Game Awards is coming up on Thursday night, and Burley, you and Carl and a guest are going to be covering it, and then we're going to be throwing the reactions up to YouTube later on. Yeah, a lot of stuff usually leaks before the Game Awards actually happen. So we're going to be talking about one big game that, is supposedly going to be coming out in the spring. We're going to be talking about that during the show as well. So, all right, let's jump right into it, Burley. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up, Microsoft raising prices on new first-party games built for Xbox Series X and S to $70 in 2023. So Starfield will be $70. Redfall will be $70. Forza Motorsport will be $70. Burley, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm of two mindsets. This shouldn't shock anyone that they were going to do this. They were going to let Sony do it. They were eventually going to do it. They just let Sony take the initial heat. They're going to do it because it's hey, if they're doing it, we can make extra money too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Who buys these games? Seriously. Game Pass. It doesn't affect me in the normal sense because I'm Game Passing these games. I'm not spending $90 or now $100 on the next Forza or anything. It's all through Game Pass for me. I'm not going to spend that money.
Yeah.
But the one thing that does concern me that they just did this. A certain company, the other big company, is going to do this next year, and I think I know which. Nintendo is going to do this eventually, and you know what I think will be the first game to do it? I think they're going to do Zelda.
Yeah. And what will be the price on that?
They'll raise it up to $70 for US, 101 here with tax.
Yeah, because the currencies fluctuate, so the currencies, the prices will be different in other countries. Here's the deal. This is my take on all this. There's a lot of people out there that still like to buy physical copies of games.
Yeah.
They still haven't gotten sold on the digital aspect of buying games digitally yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to jump into the subscription services and all. But there's a lot of people out there, they'll still buy the physical copy of the game because there's a lot of people out there that still believe that if you only buy games digitally, at some point you're going to lose, if you lose your subscription or, if something happens, heaven forbid, you lose access to all these digital games that you had purchased, because if you have the physical copy, you're never going to lose that, right?
Yeah.
So my take on this is don't buy the game day one, because that's one of the justifications for them doing this. A lot of people are suckers for buying games on day one, and they want to buy a physical copy, so they're going to pre-order or they're going to buy it day one. Stop buying games day one. If you wait for 3 months or 6 months, the game is going to come down to probably half price. From $70 to $30 or $40, Yeah. And if you wait for like a year, you might get it for $10. So I just don't understand some people. I understand, the gamers love games and they want to play games day one. And if they have the money, that's great. But there's a lot of people out there, they're scrounging for money and they don't have much money. And it's best to wait instead of, forking out $70 day one. And if more and more people start to do that, then they're not going to be raising prices like this. Yeah, of course, Microsoft is and all these companies are saying, good development and everything, the type of games that we're making now, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you have a lot of developers working on them. I understand that. But then again, if people are buying the game day one and they're not making as much money, then they're not gonna be able to have the justification of saying, okay, it's like we have to raise it to 70. Who's to say that if people keep buying games day one in another year or so, these games are even more difficult to make, we got to raise it to 80. And how much you want to bet? Like Sony will probably do something like that, or Nintendo, like you said.
Well,
go ahead.
Nintendo is going to raise the price. It's coming, but by the time Nintendo does it, we've already accepted it with Sony. We're already accepted with Microsoft at that point. So it is what it is there.
Yeah.
Sony won't raise the price again next year. That I feel is way too out there. They'll try to raise it in a few years. PS6.
Oh,
but, yeah. day one, like next year, I'm not, because I got burnt on a few games. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not waiting. I'm not buying this day one. I'm waiting on everyone else to be the goddamn beta testers, because how many games come out still? They're half fulfilled. They don't tell you everything with the trailers and everything. You find out what they
Yeah.
were showing you is
Yeah.
maybe 2% of the game, and it's like, oh, this is actually just very repetitive, very boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Well,
showed me all
that's
this
another
unique stuff to just
right.
try and get me and sucker me.
Right. Well, see now you fall into this category, Burley, and that's another factor here. The content creator and the
Mm-hmm.
streamer, the live streamers, they get sucked into like, oh, I have to get this day one, because if I don't get it day one and I wait 6 months to play it, I'm not going to get any views. Right? I have to play
Yeah.
this day one because I need those views. I need to get those followers. I need to get those subscribers so that I can pay for these games. And of course, you use a
Yeah.
lot of the money from your subscriptions, right, to buy these games, to play them day one.
Oh yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I
Right.
use money for these
Right.
from that I make on content to purchase the games and all that.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie at all on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like you got to be smart and choosy. For me, it's
Yeah.
certain games I'm going to be doing day one because I know I trust the developers, I trust the game because I haven't been burnt in the past on it.
Right.
But then there's others. It's like, yeah, I'm hoping this comes out well, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting on everyone else until I hear that, hey, this game actually worked out. And good morning in the chat, Dark Fairy. Welcome on
Hey, Dark
in.
Fairy, welcome on in. So I'm gonna throw the link to the article here from IGN for the Microsoft raising prices on new games. But I mean, yeah, it's just you're right though when it comes to Microsoft. Get
Yeah.
Game Pass. If you don't want to pay $70 for a game, if you're not so much into getting physical copies of games, I mean, Game Pass is for you. I mean, everyone should be taking advantage of Game Pass if you have an Xbox. Because I mean,
If you have an Xbox and you don't have Game Pass, you don't.
You need to get yeah. I mean, because look, it's. Do you want to pay $70 for a game, or do you want to pay a subscription and be able to download it and not have to pay anything that day? You're just paying the 10, whatever dollars a month for the subscription, where you can get hundreds of games. I mean that's the best deal.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, if you're still into buying physical copies of games, wait.
Oh yeah.
Just wait. Unless you're like a content creator or something and you have the money from your subscriptions and stuff where you can justify paying on, $70 on day one, go for it. But,
Even if you are a content creator, some games you think are going to do well, and it's always a toss of the dice if it's going to work out. Some games, like I'll be honest, I was hoping Gotham Knights was going to be better and it was going to be more well received with my community and all that. Yeah. I don't blame it. That was on me.
Yeah.
But like stuff like for me, like Pokemon, I know works well for me and my community, so it makes it an easier for me to justify spending the 90.
Yeah. But I mean, just going back for a second on the content creators and the streamers, I mean, they could capitalize on Game Pass as well. I mean, and just
I've done it.
Yeah, and stream off a Game Pass or whatever subscription service you have to stream these games. So yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, the last time we had a general price increase, Burley, was like during the PS3 era, the Xbox 360 era, when it went up to 60. It was like $50 and then it went up to 60.
Yeah, it was like late PS3 360.
Yeah, and so we've had this much time to enjoy only $60 for a game. So yeah, I mean, hopefully $70 will stick for a while before it goes up to 80. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that for everyone. So.
Oh, and Dark Fairy says, when I saw that one game was leaving, I was doing the Microsoft rewards for Xbox and was able to use those points and get the $10 off gift card.
Nice.
Yeah, see, that's something with Microsoft.
Yep.
You have their rewards with Game Pass and all that, and you can pay your subscription with that and all that.
Yep.
Stuff like that is just awesome.
Yeah.
Now Sony started that with Stars. It's not as good.
Yeah.
They do have it where you can get points to get cash back in your PSN wallet.
Right. Well, anyway, it's time to move on, Burley. But obviously, the Game Awards are coming up in a couple of days.
Yep.
We're excited. And of course, Burley and Carl, our other co-host on the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News podcast, along with one of Burley's community members, is going to be joining them. And they're going to be giving reactions to the Game Awards as well as the reveals. And of course, then we're going to be throwing it up later to the Arena Productions here. And one of those reveals, one of the gameplay reveals, was already leaked. We're going to talk about that right after Burley flies the drone, right after this. So let's get the drone ready, Burley. We'll be right back right after this. There you go, Burley. It looks like we're getting Star Wars Jedi Survivor on March 15th, 2023. So obviously there was a leak today. So there was I'll go ahead and read a little bit of the Gaming Bolt article here. But it seems like, it was leaked on I think it was the Steam Deck pre-orders, or Steam, the Steam page. Yeah. So this is from of course, the Gaming Bolt article. So Star Wars Jedi Survivor was rumored to receive a new trailer, release date, and pre-order date at the Game Awards 2022, which it will. So, however, it seems that someone jumped the gun. On Steam, it was listed as releasing on March 15th, 2023. The page has been reverted, but screen caps and details on the deluxe edition can be seen, courtesy of Wario64. I'm not going to show that, but I will show you the link to some of the artwork of Cal Kestis and his droid BD1. You can go and check that out on the IGN.com page. The link is below here. You can check that out. And obviously, since this article came out, it's been confirmed that you're going to see gameplay of Star Wars Jedi Survivor at the Game Awards. And most likely this March 15th, 2023 release date is going to be confirmed at the Game Awards. So Burley, what are your thoughts on this? So it basically, from the documentation of what we've seen so far, it looks like this game is going to take place 5 years after Jedi Fallen Order. So what do you think?
Well, that is quite the time jump. March, that is a little sooner than I thought for this game. I had a feeling it could come next year. It's just I thought would be more later holiday, around September kind of thing. But hey, if it's ready, I'm excited for it. I really like Jedi Fallen Order. I was just kind of miffed we were getting a sequel.
Yeah. Because
I would have thought kind of best to just say it was a one and done, but hopefully this game lives up to the last game.
Yeah. Yeah, Cal, I mean, in this image here, he looks a little older. You see him with kind of like like the stubble, like he's growing a beard a little bit here. So, 5 years older, and of course, he's got BD1 with him. You don't see him in this part of the image. BD1 is a little lower there, but BD1 is still with him. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see the gameplay. And they say there's going to be more Jedi combat techniques in this game than there were in Jedi Fallen Order. So I'll go ahead and show you a little bit. I'll read actually a little bit of the IGN article. So it talks about the leak and all, and you know, Jedi Survivor, I'm sorry, was first announced this past January. So EA released a trailer in May, of course, and you can go and check that out on the website there. They confirmed the title as well as a 2023 release window. And they were talking about, basically EA was saying that there was a big title that was going to be released before the new fiscal year of April. So I think this is the game, since it's probably coming out March 20, on March 15th of 2023. So, yeah. So, yeah. So excited, man.
Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait to see the gameplay and the story kind of trailer that we're going to get at the Game Awards. It'll be interesting to see what we see. I loved Cal. I loved BD. So you know what? I cannot wait to see. And this is a game I might actually pre-order, depending what I see, because like the first game, I was surprised of how good it was. Like I didn't pick it up right away. I picked it up later in the year and got it on a sale drop, and it was like, this was so worth the price.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun with this game.
Yeah. So I want to go back to the Gaming Bold article here, and I'll throw it back down here for the link there for all of you video viewers. I want to read a little bit of it because it talks about the different things that are going to be in the new game. The official description confirmed new fighting styles with the lightsaber and additional force abilities, along with creatively leveraging both to take on enemies, which have been expanded. You'll also use them to solve the mysteries in Cal's path. New planets and familiar frontiers are also promised, with unique biomes, enemies, and challenges. In addition to larger areas and more to explore off the beaten, there are hidden rewards to discover, new skills to master, and equipment to unlock. So yeah. But I heard, and this is from the report, it says that the minimum and recommended requirements were also revealed at 130 gig of installation space. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's going to be.
But that's nothing new if you played like Call of Duty or a lot of them.
Yeah.
And welcome on in, Fubu.
Yeah, hey, Fubu, welcome on in, man. Yeah, welcome on in. Yeah. So. Yeah, we were talking about the soccer at the beginning. Yeah. So. Oh well.
Yeah. So no. Hello, host. He says.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fubu. Yeah. This is a game. I cannot wait to see what we're gonna do. Do we get Vader about that back in this game? Because spoiler for the first game, you get him at the end. They use him just right. I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry about Japan. It's the luck of the penalties.
Fubu. Yeah, well, later on, if you watch the video on the playlist later, Fubu, I go on a rant about why they should get rid of the penalty kick system. Just let them play until someone wins. I mean, it shouldn't come down to between one kicker and the goaltender. It should be a team effort. If the team wins, the team wins. Not the kicker and the penalty. Yeah. So.
He says
so check it out later, man. Check it out later. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, excited to see more of this, and I'm interested to see what other reveals we're gonna get at the Game Awards. But now we know that we're getting Jedi Survivor, and Burley, I'll bet you a case of spiritual opium right now. It's gonna be March 15th, 2023.
Yeah, I think it's keeping that date. The Steam. Usually when these Steam date leaks, they're usually pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So if it is that date, great. If it's a little later in 2023, it's a little later. This is a game I will sit and wait for.
Well, this is a game that could be delayed as well, so we shall see. Hopefully not, but I would not be surprised if it is delayed.
Fubu, that date would be perfect. Yeah.
So.
Or let's just see. May the 4th is on a Thursday. Launch there.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you got a lot. I think what is it? Forspoken is also coming out in May. Yeah, Zelda. When is Zelda coming out? I think Zelda's coming out around that time too.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, don't put it next to Zelda.
Forspoken's January.
No, it was delayed again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been delayed a few times, so I can't
Yeah.
remember which.
It was delayed till May, I think so. Yeah. But I think Zelda. If you put it next to Zelda, Zelda will crush it. You know, don't put anything next to Zelda. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to hit March. I think they've been working on this a long time now, and it's probably close to being ready. If they're going to show this at the Game Awards and put a release date on it, I think, I think it's going to come at that time. So
yeah,
but we shall see. Yeah, we shall see. So yeah, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Yeah. So, but you're not going to play this though, right, Burley? Because you're a Sith.
Yes.
You're a Sith. Why would you
play
play this? This is a Jedi game. You're a Sith. Come on, man.
Hold on. Yeah, see, I got to make sure the Sith are shown in an accurate light in this game.
Okay. All right.
I got to make sure Sith representation is correct in this game.
All right. Sith representation. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Good. I think that's going to do it for this edition of the morning show. I don't know, man. I just hope all the characters come back from the first game. You know, the other Jedi, you know, that was kind of hiding, you know, because, you know, her apprentice moved over to the dark side, I think it was.
I forget her name, but we got Fubu in the chat here saying, you will play the game and kill the main character over and over, and then why won't you die?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, so Burley, go ahead and tell our viewers one more time before we sign off here about what you and our other co-host, Turn-Based Carl, and your community member are going to be doing for the Game Awards.
Yeah, so Thursday I'm not streaming, but Turn-Based Carl, myself, and the Fryman 14, we will be recording our reactions to the Game Awards. So once we have those recorded, I will send them to Expat. We'll get this up on the channel. So that way, if you want to see our reactions as we see the announcements and the trailers and what wins, you'll soon see that on YouTube. So I can't wait for that. I know that's going to be just a blast.
Yeah, so they'll be reacting to the winners as well as to all the reveals. So, we're looking forward to bringing that to you all here on the Arena Productions. So, and so let us know in the comments what you think about Star Wars Jedi Survivor and if it's going to hit that March 15th, 2023 date. Do you think it's going to hit that date, or do you think it will be delayed? Let us know in the comments. And let us know in the comments what other games you would like to see revealed at the Game Awards. Maybe, of course, more Dragon Age, like we talked about in yesterday's edition of the morning show, or other like Mass Effect or other games. You know, what games do you think will be revealed? Let us know in the comments. And if you're, of course, new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit that like and the subscribe and the notification bell for when we drop a new episode here on the Arena Productions. And thank you so much for all of you viewers. We really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you all so much. We cannot thank you enough.
Yep. All right, so that's going to do it for the morning show. I want to thank Dark Fairy for coming on in. I want to thank Fubu for coming on in as well, and all of you that come on video on demand. Of course, this episode will be edited, and I will throw up into the Arena Gaming News Morning Show playlist on the channel. So be sure to check it out there as well. So, yeah. All right. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burlyman Gaming. We hope to catch you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the morning show. So have a great day, everyone, and we hope to catch you tomorrow. Peace out.
Take care, everyone.